Dear kids, hope you all are doing great. Welcome back to our online classes. So, here for your English class, your Priyanka Miss is again with you. And whenever your Priyanka Miss is with you, that means something interesting is going to be happen. So, for the as the sequence of our online classes, we have been going through so many grammatical items concerning parts of spaces and tense, article, numbers. Okay, so parts of space is one of the most important part in grammatical portion. And earlier we had at least 3 to 4 classes concerning nouns. Okay, so I thought, why not now it's time for another one, that means it is pronoun. Okay, so noun and pronoun, there's a very there's a very interconnected, or what should I say, it can be substitutional to one another. So that's why I think we can't leave the pronoun behind. So today it's time to go through pronoun. So before starting the lecture, we should know what pronoun is. Okay, I know we all have learned about the definition and different type of pronouns earlier, as this one is our revision class, so we should give it a touch again. And so we should start from the very beginning. I mean, concerning the definition, okay, the definition to the types and the examples of pronoun. So let us see the definition of pronoun first. So, as we know, pronoun and noun, or noun and pronoun, they are quite substitutional. So, basically, what do we mean by the word pronoun? So, a pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun. That is used instead of a noun. Now, what do you mean by instead of? The word instead of means in the place of a noun. Okay. So, for example, if I say that Karuno is a good boy, Karuno is a good boy. Say Karuno is a boy. But if I say he is a good boy, as he is a boy and he is a male, so for male we use the pronoun he. So here Karuna is a noun, but in the place of this name Karuno, we are using he. So similarly, we will have so many pronouns in the coming moment. Okay, so let us see something more about pronoun. So basically, a pronoun is a word that is used instead of noun, and these are used as what, as substitutes for nouns or noun phrases. So let us write the informations about now pronoun first. Okay, so we all know that the pronouns are used as substitutes for any noun or noun phrases. Okay, all the time whenever we see any pronoun, we should keep in our mind that it is placed in the place of a noun. Okay, it's the substitution for a noun or for a name. So there are so many pronouns. Basically, we should know, or we shouldn't go through the details right now, as we are at the very preliminary phase of pronoun. So we would go through some of the pronouns that are basically they are very important for our exams, and of course for our day-to-day practice. So that's why we would like to go with the personal pronouns, as the most common pronouns are basically personal pronouns. And the book that we are going through, and the chapters we are having concerning pronoun, these are basically collaborated with or somehow related to this personal pronouns. Okay, babies. So basically, the most common used pronouns are personal pronouns. Now you may ask me, Miss, what is personal pronoun? So let me tell you, before going to the definition, I would like to tell you one thing, that personal pronouns basically such kind of pronouns which refer to the person or people speaking or writing, like first person. What are the first persons? First person, like I, me, us, our. Okay, that these are the first person. Whenever you are talking about yourself, that means whenever I am talking about myself, that means I am giving the priority to myself, okay, to me own. So that's why I am always be the first. Okay, so that is to say first person is always related to I, me, our, us. Okay, ourself, etc. So here basically so personal pronouns, this basically refer to the person or people speaking or writing, like first person, the person or people being spoken to, like you or other people or things, like third person, for example he, she, it, that, these, their. Okay, that. So like nouns, personal pronouns can also function as either the subject of a verb or the object of a verb, or preposition. So let me tell you how a pronoun can be used as subject. Okay, so here, as Miss told you that, like nouns, that means like every name, a pronoun can also function as either the subject of a verb or the object of a verb or preposition. Okay. Now, now see, in the first example, you can see a sentence. Can you see? Okay, you can see a sentence on the board. It is, she is making tea. She is making tea. Now can you tell me that what is the pronoun here? Okay, let us count from the very last word. Tea is a pronoun? No, because tea is a kind of a name. That means it's a kind of drinks. So it's the name of a drink and it is tea. So tea is a noun here as it's a name. Making is a verb. We all know it's not only verb, rather it's a principal verb. Okay, it's the main verb. And with ing, we all know with verb we can only basically add ing with the verb. Okay, so that's why here ing is with make. That's why making is a verb. So it can't be a pronoun. Is a pronoun? No, because is it's basically an auxiliary verb or helping verb or to be verb. Okay, or being verb. So is making tea. None of this are observed as pronoun. So what else in this sentence? The only thing that is left, it is she. So here see, she is placed at the very beginning of the sentence. So here she is a subject. But yeah, she is functioning here as a subject, but along with the subject, we all know that she is basically used in the place of a girl. Okay, as we all know, we use the pronoun she for girls, for women, or for female. Okay, so here see, she is placed at the very beginning of a subject and she is a pronoun. That's why pronoun, this pronoun she, that means the pronoun she is here working as what? Working as the subject. So let us underline the subject in this sentence. She is making tea. We all know the very beginning of a sentence, that is referred to a subject. Okay, and of course the subject is we all know about subject, that a subject is the work is done by the subject. Okay, the whole sentence is basically concerned with the subject. And normally we all know subject is to be placed at the very beginning of a sentence. So here in this sentence, at the very beginning we placed the word she. So here the she is a pronoun. Why it is pronoun? Because in the place of she we didn't use any name. Okay, so if we don't use any name, but instead of a name, if we use any other word or any other thing, that is meant to be a pronoun. So she is a pronoun, and we all know it is placed in the name of a girl. Okay, we use basically pronoun she for girls, for women, or for any female. Okay, So she is working as a subject here. Now coming to the second one, that is I am doing it for you. I am doing it for you. Here two of the, can you identify the pronouns here? At the very beginning we can have a pronoun I here. Okay, I. So instead of my name Priyanka, I have used I. Okay, so here I is a pronoun. But my question is that few minutes ago Miss told you that pronoun can be used as subject or object. Okay, or it can be used for both subject and object. So here in the first sentence we got a subject she, and she is a pronoun. Okay, pronoun is being used as subject here. But now let us see how a pronoun can function as an object in a sentence. Here I is a subject. In the second in the second sentence I is placed at the very beginning. So I is a subject here. Okay, so let me underline it. So after I, what can we see? We see am. So we all know am is an auxiliary verb, is a to be verb, is a helping verb. So it can be a pronoun. Doing, again ing is added with a principal verb. So it can be termed as pronoun. It is a pronoun. Yes, it is a pronoun. It is the pronoun for third person. Okay, it is the pronoun for third person. Now okay, we can also underline here the pronoun it. But still we are quite away from our desired pronoun, that means our desired object. Okay, so after it comes for. For is a pronoun? No, we all know for is a preposition. Now the last word is you. You. Do you think that you is a pronoun? Yes. When we basically you is a second person, and for second person we use the pronoun you. So here you is placed at the very last portion of this sentence. If the thing is placed at the last portion or at the last place at the ending part of a sentence, that is meant to be an object. So here logically you is a pronoun and you is here placed at the last portion, at the last place of a, at the ending of a sentence. That's why, and we all know object is also placed at the ending of a sentence. So logically, as you are the last part of this sentence, so it is undoubtedly an object. So let us circle you as an object. So here, please don't be panicked that means we are not getting it. This class is basically it's only for giving the knowledge about the how pronoun can function as subject and object. Okay, nothing else. So please take it easy. So I'm not gonna take any test, give you any test from pronoun right now. So here see, at the very beginning she is a pronoun, and in the first sentence here pronoun is working as subject, and in the second sentence you is a pronoun, and here a pronoun is working as an object too. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you got the idea about pronoun, that pronoun is used instead of noun. Okay, in the place of noun, in the place of any name, we can use pronoun. So pronoun can be a subject in the sentence. If a pronoun is at the very beginning of a sentence, like she, it is a subject. If the pronoun is placed at the last part of a sentence, at the last place of a sentence, that then it will function as an object. Okay, so like he, she, it, they, them, this, that, this, etc. All of these are pronoun. These are basically placed in the place of noun. So that's all for today. We will have another classes concerning pronoun, and that will be for our exercise part. Okay, so till then stay well and take care.